Hello everyone. Today we are going to learn experiments, sample space, events and their types. So start the session. Experiment. What is meant by experiment? Experiment means it is any activity which results into some output. Okay, so that is called as experiment. So this output it may certain or it may uncertain. According to that, there are some types of experiment. So let's see what are the types of experiments. Types of experiment. So according to the nature of this output, there are the types of experiment. So the first one is deterministic experiment. Deterministic experiment. So these are the experiments. The deterministic experiments are the experiments where the outcomes are certain or fixed. Okay. So these are the experiments. The experiments where the outcomes are certain or fixed. They are called as deterministic experiments. They are called as deterministic experiments. Okay. For example, if you throw a ball in the sky, it will definitely fall on the ground. So if you the experiment is throw a ball in the sky. So what is the output? It will definitely fall on the ground. Okay. So the outcome is certain and that is fixed. So there are many experiments in the mathematical or the physics or the mathematical laws. There comes in the category of these deterministic experiments. Okay. So the mathematical formulas. Laws, different laws in the physics or chemistry. Physics or chemistry. These are the examples of deterministic experiments. Okay, or the experiments which are performed in the laboratories, they are also the example of deterministic experiments. The experiments performed in the laboratories. The experiments performed perform in the laboratories, and whatever the outcome, that will comes in the category of again deterministic experiment. Okay, so two examples are sufficient here. Next type is non-deterministic experiment. Non-deterministic experiment, and our main interest is in this kind of experiments, non-deterministic experiments. Okay. Non-deterministic experiments. Okay. So its definition is in this experiment the outcomes are not fixed or not certain. Okay, so they are the uncertain. So its definition is the experiments where the outcomes are uncertain are called as non-deterministic experiments. Are called as non-deterministic experiments. For example, the popular examples for this non-deterministic experiments are rolling a die. Okay. So if you roll a die, you don't know what is the outcome. Okay, it may 1, 2, 3 up to 6. Okay, so out of that any possibility is there. Okay, so in that case the outcome is not certain. That's why these experiments are comes in the category of non-deterministic experiment. Second example, tossing a coin. This is also the example of non-deterministic experiments. There are certain experiments. Okay, so the experiment where the outcome is uncertain, that is called as non-deterministic experiment. Next definition, sample space. So the sample space, it is defined as the collection of all possible outcomes of an experiment is called as sample space. Okay, suppose we have considered the experiment. Its notation is sample space is denoted by omega. Sample space is denoted by omega. Okay. Let's see its examples. Suppose if you perform the experiment of tossing a coin. In the experiment of tossing a coin, what is the sample space? Okay, sample space is what? Okay. Either head is there or tail is there. Okay, these are the two possibilities. Okay. if you consider the experiment of tossing a coin, rolling a die, in the experiment of rolling a die, okay, so the possibilities are from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 or 6. Okay, so these are the possibilities. So this collection is called as the sample space. Let's consider more examples. Okay, two coins are tossed. Two coins are tossed simultaneously. Okay, so in this case, the sample space is what? Head, head. Either both are head. One is head, another is tail. Tail, head, or both are tail. Okay. Number 4. Number 4. Rolling two dice. Okay. So in this experiment, the sample space is okay, 1, 1, 1 with 2, 1 with 3, 1, 4, 1, 5, 1, 6, 2, 1, 2, 2, 2, 3, 2, 4, 2, 5, 2, 6, 3, 6. Okay, so in this way, this is 6 comma 6. This is 4, 1, 4, 2, 4, 3, 4 with 4, 4 with 5, 4 with 6, 5, 1, 5, 2, 5, 3, 5, 4, 5, 5, 5, 6, and then last 6, 1, 6, 2, 6, 3, 6, 4, 6, 5, and then 6 comma 6. Okay. So this is a sample space if you perform the experiment of rolling the two dices simultaneously. Okay. So the sample space is nothing but it is the collection of all possibilities of your outcomes. Okay. So now according to the nature of the sample space, how many elements are there in the sample space? There are the types of sample space. Okay. So the next is types of samples. Types of samples. So mainly there are two types. One is your finite and another is infinite sample space. In this infinite sample space, there are the two possibilities. One is countably infinite, and another is continuous. Okay. So there are these three possibilities. Either the sample is finite or infinite. Okay, and if the sample is infinite, in there are these two possibilities. One is countably infinite and another is continuous. Okay, so discrete sample space. If your sample is finite or the countably infinite, then we say that the sample space is discrete sample space. Okay. If your sample space is finite or countably infinite, then we call the sample space is discrete sample space. Okay. Otherwise, if your sample space is not finite or the countably infinite, then the remaining possibility is continuous sample space. Okay. Otherwise, sample space is called as sample space is called as continuous sample space. Okay, let's see some examples of this sample spaces. Examples. First one. Okay, rolling a die. Rolling a die, and outcome is observed. Then in this case, the sample space is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So in these experiments, okay, the sample space is finite here. Okay, that's why this it is called as finite sample space. Since the sample space is finite sample space, we call this as a discrete sample space. Okay. Next example. Lifetime of an electric component. Lifetime of an electric component. Okay. So what is the sample space? It is from 0 to infinity. Okay. So such kind of experiments, they are called as, this is the continuous sample space. Okay. So there are infinitely many possibilities are there, and again this is not comes in this category also, countably infinite. Okay. So this is your continuous. This is the example of continuous sample space. Okay. Let's see one more example. Okay. So the experiment is performed. Suppose one experiment is performed. Experiment is performed till the success occurs. So what is the possible sample space? In the first trial, it may fail. Okay, it may it have the success in the second trial, or failure in the third trial, or it may get success in the fourth trial, and so on. Okay. So such experiment or such a sample space, there comes in the category of uncountably infinite sample space. Uncountably infinite sample space. Okay. Now the next concept, events. So the events are defined as, it is a subset of the subset of sample space, the subset of sample space is called as event. Okay. For example, suppose the experiment is of rolling a die. Okay. What is the experiment? Rolling a die. So in this experiment, what is the sample space? Sample space is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. So now event is the subset of this sample space, and these events are defined on these sample spaces. Okay, so they are denoted by capital letters. They are denoted by capital letters. A comma B comma C, etc., or even into E3 like that. Okay. So suppose if I define here event A is equals to obtaining even numbers. So the experiment is rolling a die, and in this experiment the outcomes are the even numbers. So obtaining the even numbers, if I define this event here, so what are the outcomes? 2, 4, 6. Okay. So this A is here event. Okay. So we can define the event in many different ways. Okay. So this is the concept of event. It is called as, it is a subset of sample space. Okay. So now there are again the certain types of events. Okay. So let's see one by one. Types of events. So how many numbers are there in the event? According to that, there are the types of events. The first one is eliminatory event. Okay. So if the event contains only one element of omega, only one element of omega, that is sample space, okay, then it is called as eliminatory event. Then it is called as eliminatory event. Okay. For example, so the same experiment is there, rolling a die. Okay. Sample space is from 1 to 6. So if I define here the event A is obtaining the elements which are multiple of 5 elements. Okay. So how many elements are there in the sample space which are multiple of 5? Only 1. Okay. So since this event A contains only one element, so this event is eliminatory event. Okay. Next type, null event. null event, or it is also called as the empty event also. So how we can define this as? The event contains no element of sample space. No elements of the event contains no elements of sample space. That is called as null event. Okay. So in this concept, null event, what is the definition? The events contains no elements of sample space. Okay. So if you consider here experiment, same experiment, that is rolling a die. Sample spaces okay. So if here I define the event A equals to the elements greater than 6, elements greater than 6. Okay, so there is no such elements which is greater than 6, so this is 5. So such a event where the events contain no elements of the sample space is null event. Next, sure event. The event which contains all elements of the event which contains all elements of sample space, that is called as sure event. Okay, for example, in the same experiment, okay, so in the same experiment of rolling a die, if I define here event A is equals to obtaining even or odd number. Okay, so it is equals to even or odd number. It means that is 2, 4, 6 or 1, 2, 3. Okay, which is nothing but your whole sample space omega. So such an event which contains all elements of sample space, that is called as sure event. Next, mutually exclusive events. So the events A and B, suppose here the events are A and B, are said to be are said to be mutually exclusive if A intersection B is equals to phi. Right? For example, the same experiment, that is rolling a die. The experiment is rolling a die. Sample space is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, suppose here I define the event A equals to obtaining even number okay, and the event B is equals to obtaining odd number. So the event A contains 2, 4, 6 and the event B contains the elements 1, 3 and 5. Okay, so if you take the intersection of these two events, A intersection B, it is equals to phi. So here the events, therefore the events A and B are mutually exclusive here. Mutually exclusive. Okay, or mutually exclusive events, they are also called as disjoint events. Okay, next definition, exhaustive events. Exhaustive events. So the events A and B, the events A and B are said to be exhaustive events, if their union is omega. Okay, for example, consider the same example we have taken for mutually exclusive. The experiment is rolling a die, omega is this one, A is obtaining even number, B is obtaining odd number. Okay, so for this experiment, what is A union B? For above experiment and events. Okay, so for the experiment we have taken here and these events, A union B is equals to, okay, what is A union B here? The event A is 2, 4, 6 and event B is 1, 3, 5. So A union B is omega. Okay, so therefore since the A and B, the union of A and B is omega, therefore A and B are exhaustive events here. A and B are exhaustive events. Okay, so these are the different types of events here. So the next concept or the next topic is set operations. Set operations. Okay, before the set operation, there is one more definition with these events. Okay, that is equally likely events. Equally likely events. What is the definition of this equally likely events? The events A and B, the events A and B are said to be equally likely, events if the occurrence of events, if the chances of occurrence of both events are same. Okay, so that is called as equally likely events. Now let's move for the next concept, that is set operations. Okay, so this concept is also valid for events concept also. The first one is union. Okay. So suppose you have the two sets A and B. So for this two set A union B, it is defined as set of all x for which x belongs to A or x belongs to B. Okay. Next one, intersection it is defined as, so A intersection B is equals to, we will understand this with example. First of all, let me define them firstly. It is set of all x such that x belongs to A and x belongs to B. Next one, complement of a set. Okay. So the complement of any set is defined as the set of all x such that x does not belongs to A and it belongs to the sample space. Okay. So this is the elements which are in the sample space, but it does not belongs to the set A. The next one, relative complement. So suppose you have the two sets A and B. Then the relative complement of A with B, it is defined as A intersection B complement. It is equals to set of all elements x such that x belongs to A and x does not belongs to B. So x which are in A, but they should not be in B. Okay. So this is the concept of relative complement. So let's understand this concept with examples. Okay. The experiment is same here. Suppose the experiment is rolling a die, rolling a die. Okay, sample space is 1 2 3 4 5 6. The event A is equals to 1 2 3 4, and the event B is equals to 3 4 5 6. Okay, so now let us define one by one. A union B, A union B. Okay, so what is the concept? What is the definition? Set of elements, set of all x such that x belongs to A or x belongs to B. So it is equals to, okay, so the set of elements which are in A, so it is 1 2 3 4. ठीक है, तो ये जो है यहाँ पे 3 और 4 ये ऑलरेडी इस सेट ए में आ चुके हैं. ठीक है, तो इसे हम इसमें नहीं काउंट करेंगे. सो द रिमेनिंग आर 5 and 6. So this is the A union B. Next one, A intersection B. A intersection B is set of elements X such that X जो है A में भी चाहिए, belongs to A, and X they should be in B also. So it is equals to A and B. So see here which are the common elements which are in A and B. So it is 3, 4. Next one, A complement. So A complement is set of X such that X does not belongs to A and X is in omega. ठीक है, मतलब ऐसे एलिमेंट्स का कलेक्शन जो ओमेगा में है बट ए में नहीं है. ठीक है, सो 1 2 3 4 अदर देन दिस एलिमेंट्स they are 5 and 6. Okay, and the last one is similarly we can define B complement also. B complement we can also define it as 1 comma 2. Next one, A minus B, और इट इज ऑल्सो राइट एज A इंटरसेक्शन B कॉम्प्लीमेंट. ठीक है, तो इसको हम ऐसे भी लिख सकते हैं A माइनस बी को A इंटरसेक्शन B कॉम्प्लीमेंट. सो इट इज डिफाइंड एज द सेट ऑफ ऑल एलिमेंट्स X. ठीक है, कि जो A में है X बिलोंग्स टू A एंड X डज नॉट बिलोंग्स टू B. ठीक है, इट इज इक्वल्स टू, यहाँ पे देखिए X में कौन, A में कौन कौन से एलिमेंट है 1 2 3 4. ठीक है, और इनमें से कौन से एलिमेंट हमें कट करने हैं, कैंसिल करने हैं जो B में है, दैट मीन्स 3 and 4. So what is the A intersection B complement? It is only 1 and 2. Okay. So सेट में जो एलिमेंट है उन्हें लिखने के लिए हमारा जो नोटेशन है ए वाला ब्रैकेट ही उसके लिए यूज़ कर सकते हैं. ठीक है, इस ब्रैकेट का एक अलग मीनिंग है, इस ब्रैकेट का देयर इज अनदर मीनिंग. ठीक है, so the elements for the set for this we use this curly bracket. Okay, now the last concept of this lecture, that is some set identities. Okay, so in this we will see some important laws or important properties about the sets. So the similar properties are valid for the events also. Okay, so these are the operations A union B, A intersection B, A complement, relative complement. Okay, so the same definitions are for events also. Okay. So now set identities, first one. Okay. A intersection B is equals to B intersection A. This is called as commutative law. Okay. So A union B is equals to B union A. Second one, A intersection B intersection C, it is equals to A intersection B intersection C. Okay, so this is called as your associative law. Third one, A intersection B union C, it is equals to A intersection B union A intersection C. So this is called as distributive law. So these are the same concept we can apply for events also. Okay. So that's it for today. In the next lecture, we will see the definition of the concept of probabilities and some terms related to probabilities. So we stop here. Thank you.